Does the phrase, "It's not fair," frequently come out of your mouth? I may be guilty of that. Well, this book helps us evaluate clearly, concisely, and without extreme emotion. I suffer from extreme emotions. And it helps us evaluate in a cool way what is fair. Okay, we are going to enjoy this book, even though I try not to use that phrase too often. Oh, he doesn't try hard enough. I heard that. Ugh. Fair is fair. But what is fair? Because sometimes what you think is fair is what somebody else thinks is not fair, or what they think is fair for them but not for you. It gets very confusing, right? And this book, well, it's pretty good about pointing out the differences. Okay, here we go. Zookeeper loved all of her animals, but she was especially fond of hare, giraffe, and elephant. She fed them herself every day. Look at that. She went to them personally because they were her faves, which is pretty awesome because, you know, if she has a zoo, that means she has a ton of animals and staff that probably help feed them. So that is awesome that they are the faves. I am not surprised because everyone loves the giraffes. Thank you, Gilles. I think that you're probably right about that. She gave hare a handful of food, and she gave, let's see, that little bit right there, that one right there. And she gave giraffe a wheelbarrow full, and she gave elephant a whole truckload. So see, everybody got a slightly different pile of food. Delicious. They were all healthy and happy because each day they had just enough. Oh, look at that. A bath that also doubles as a belly scratch. And there's hare running around and there's giraffe running around. It's actually hard for me to say giraffe because I'm used to saying giraffe because you have a French giraffe. Mais oui. Yes, this is true. Aha. So you'll understand if I slip and say giraffe, won't you? Well, one day they were lounging, that means just hanging out around, relaxing under a giant shade tree, which animals love to do when the sun is high and hot in the sky. Each was speaking about how much Zookeeper must love them. They love their Zookeeper. Hare bragged, "Do you know Zookeeper gives me a handful of food every day, and it's exactly enough. She must really love me." Look at that, waxing rhapsodic about his Zookeeper. Giraffe laughed. "StoryTeller, yes, Gilles? Do you mind if I do the voice of the giraffe?" No, not at all, but you will have to move away from the page. Oh, pardonnez-moi. Okay, I will begin. Giraffe laughed. Too much? A little bit. Pardonnez-moi. Well, she must really love me because I get a whole wheelbarrow of food. What do you think of that? Very well done. Merci. So look at that. Gets a big wheelbarrow. So now Giraffe is showing off that the giraffe gets even more food than the hare. While Elephant trumpeted out an even bigger laugh. "Well then, I must be the most loved of all because I get an entire truckload." Ooh la la. Oh man. So in the size category, we have a winner of elephant. "Not fair," shouted Hare. "Why should you two get so much more than I?" Uh-oh. See what's happening here? "Not fair at all," said Giraffe to Hare. Good jumping in there, I was ready. "Zookeeper must love elephant more than us." Oh, don't get back in the picture. Oh, pardonnez-moi. I'm really enjoying myself, so. Hey, kid. Hello. Oh, I hope you don't mind that Gilles is interrupting our book a little bit. Well, Giraffe, Hare, and Elephant all looked at each other in silence. Staring, ogling, a staring contest, if you will. "But I know how to make things fair," said Giraffe, pointing here. "When Zookeeper gives us our food, we can pile it together and split it evenly. Then things will be fair." Oh, hey, the alligator from next door is peeking in and looking. So, okay, so Giraffe is feeling very wise and pointing this out, and oh, look at that little owl on his neck. Probably didn't even notice it's such a big neck. And so, that's exactly what they did. The next day, they piled their food together after Zookeeper came by, and they split it evenly. So there you go. You see 3 equal lumps, and there they are, putting it all together into one. Okay, they have a plan. Each animal got the exact same amount. Okay, so Hare's looking pretty happy on top of his pile, and Giraffe looks pretty pleased. And, well, I'm noticing that Elephant is looking a little concerned. But let's see how it goes. Well, after eating about a handful of food, Hare was stuffed. Oh! But he still had a large mound of food. Look at that. He's in a food coma. Look at that belly. He is stuffed. Okay. Well, after eating about a wheelbarrow full of food, Giraffe was stuffed. But she still had a large pile of food. Oh boy. So I see what's happening here. They're eating the same amount of food. So they're having leftover food. Storyteller? Yes, Gilles. Do you mind that I am a boy? Obviously, I am Gilles the Giraffe. And apparently this giraffe is a female. Is that okay that I did her voice? Of course, it's perfectly fine. I mean, it's just for dramatic purposes. Exactement. All right, so moving on. But Elephant ate up all his food. And he was still hungry. He gazed at the piles of food that Hare and Giraffe still had, and he wanted to ask for some, but he thought, well, fair is fair. He walked around his pen with his stomach. You know what that is. Growling. Somebody's still hungry. After several days, Hare became fat. Oh no! From eating so much. Look at that. Hare looks like 3 hares all of a sudden. And his leftover food towered over him and took up his entire living space. Hare thought, I might get buried alive soon. Yeah, you sure are. Oh boy. And all that extra weight can't make hopping around real easy anymore. Oof. Well, Giraffe, oh no, was also getting fat. Oh, that is an abomination. Everyone knows that we are sleek and skinny. I know, but, well, this experiment is going wrong because clearly Giraffe is eating more than Giraffe should, and she kept tripping on piles of leftover food. Ouch. That hurt her knees. I can tell the way she's rubbing them. Oh, no. Well, if you thought those other 2 were bad off, Elephant was the most miserable of all. Look at him. He's unrecognizable. He was skinny and pale, and he was always hungry and grumpy. Poor thing. He was hangry. That beautiful combination word of hungry and angry. This guy right here, hangry. And even when they all said, well, fair is fair, none of them was really healthy or happy. Look at this one. From tripping over the hay, has bandages on her knees, and then this one is so overweight from overeating that, well, it can't even roll around, and then this one, you could see his bones. While Zookeeper saw how the food towered over Hare, and how Giraffe's knees were badly bruised, and how Elephant had become skinny and grumpy. So she called a meeting. Let's see, and we went under the shade tree, because that's a good place for a meeting. Oh, I see the snake is stopping by as well. What's going on? Zookeeper asked. Well, glad you asked, Zookeeper. Giraffe explained how they all wanted to get the same amount of food so that everything would be fair. We don't want anyone... Oh, I'm sorry, Gilles. Do you... Oh, yes, I am here. We don't want anyone to be loved more than anyone else because fair is fair. Very good. A little ad-libbing there. Very good. So they're explaining their situation to the Zookeeper. Zookeeper's paying attention. Oh, Hare's just looking incredibly uncomfortable. Let's see what the Zookeeper said. The Zookeeper says, is it fair for for elephant to be hungry while the two of you are buried in food? Pointing. There's poor hungry elephant, and these two are buried, literally buried in food. They can't even move around properly without getting injured. The three animals, well, they thought about this. Hare said, "No, that doesn't seem to be very fair." Elephant and Giraffe agreed that it wasn't very fair at all. Zookeeper went on, "Fairness isn't everyone getting the exact same. Fairness is everyone getting what they need." Oh, and that is the big thing to know about when things are fair. I'm listening. Thank you, Green Bear. Well, Zookeeper, wise Zookeeper, gave a great big hug to Elephant and to Giraffe and to Hare. And then she gave each one just enough food. And they didn't care how much it was or how much the others received, because each one knew that they were loved. What do you think? And that is the end of Fair is Fair. Yeah, I see what you mean. So, just because I don't get exactly the same, like, clothes that Red Bear gets, I'm right here. I didn't say anything bad. Okay. Just because, like, I wanted the cool outfit that Red Bear got, but they didn't have it in my size. No, because I'm bigger. I know that. But then I got an outfit in my size, which, by the way, did not exist in my size, even though it was really cool, and I would have liked it very much. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, but I didn't say it wasn't fair. I just understood that there's some stuff that's perfect for you, and some stuff that's perfect for me. Like the presidency of the United States of America. Oh, well, we lost him, but I think you convinced him about what's fair and stuff. Okay. Thank you, Storyteller, because I think that this will really help in our household. Oh, I'm so glad that I brought some peace to your brotherly relationship. At least for now. At least for now. Well, fair is fair. Gonna pull off now because I gotta do some feeding and stuff of the bears. So, I gotta give them their exactly right proportions, because what did we learn? Fair is fair. Until next time, KidTime StoryTimers.